were checking boxes, I was checking my mentions, saying you was tired but not ready to go.
Listen, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. The old heads still got the recipes, bro. The old heads still got it. I was listening to the Supreme Clientele too, right? And it just made me think about, for one, Action Bronson ain't never, ever in his life rap like Ghostface Killer. The comparison was crazy.
Boy, you done made a mistake, boy. You done fucked up, man.
Action Bronson deserved that ass. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But besides that, I was watching a Big Daddy Kane performance. I don't know if it was in the last year or two, but man, I know it was within the last 2 years. The man still got it. He performed better than everybody.
The entertainer and trainer and Kane to get with it. I go and flow and grow to let you know.
I was just watching the VMAs give love and credit to Busta Rhymes, and he was performing crazy. Bought out Papoose, bought out Glorilla, rapping, no backtrack. His what's the deal? Bruh, Busta still got it, man. I was just thinking about the run old heads been on. You know, I made a video recently. You might not watch it. You should go check it out right here. It's about my favorite Tribe Called Quest album, the one that released. Thank you for your service. You need to go listen to that, the video right here. But somebody commented, it was like, yo, Tribe started the resurgence of these old heads really coming back out. Started really thinking about it. I started going down the list, right? We got Supreme Clientele 2. We got The Force with LL Cool J. We just got Auditorium Volume 1. We just got Documents by Slick Rick. We got Let God Sort Them Out, album of the year for most people by the Clips, 49 and 52, killing it. We got The Emperor's New Clothes. Shout out to Raekwon, dope, crazy. Yo, it's crazy. Supreme Clientele 2 and The Emperor's New Clothes, two of the best Nas verses I've heard in years.
Tales of my revolutionary ways probably get studies of CIA shit. This to my nation, black on black hatred still happens adjacent.
Shout out to Nas. But then we also got to remember the Nas run that he went on with Hit Boy. We got Killer Mike getting his first Grammy for Michael. Bro, old heads still got the recipes, man. And I just wanted to talk about it, man. Supreme Clientele 2, the perfect New York album. I had to talk about the old heads because Supreme Clientele 2, man, like, I'm thinking about the skits on there. This is the perfect NY album. If you haven't listened to Supreme Clientele 2, you need to go listen to it. From start to finish, from Iron Man to You, My Friend, hit. Nas kills his verse. One of my favorite verses of the year, Nas on Supreme Clientele 2.
Project 2025 mandated by Reagan. House niggas on the rise.
We got skits. We got samples. It's funny. It's gritty. It got posse cuts. It got concept records. This album, Supreme Clientele 2, has it all. And it's just showing me how the OGs have not lost the recipes. You know, I don't really watch sport. I stopped year by year watching sports. Once KD went to the Warriors, I was like, all right, I'm finished with this. It just wasn't the same. And now I can't watch sports at all because the game is just different. It makes me remember the Tracy McGrady's, the Steve Francis, the Yao Mings, the Shaqs, the Kobe's, the young LeBrons, the young D Wades. The game was so much better to me. It wasn't all about everybody shooting threes and threes and threes and threes and threes. I felt as though the game was so dope. But, you know, money started getting involved. These athletes started making more money than they ever seen. And now they taking nights off. Now they doing low management. All of this stuff that just ain't really the game no more. It's more about money. And you know, capitalism has ruined everything. If you look on Twitter, if you look on YouTube, if you look on TikTok, there's always a video about how gaming industry sucks, how the music industry is done, how movies, we need to get people back into the movie theaters. It's all about remakes, reboots. Nobody's original. The OGs still have a sense of originality. And I feel as though even back then in the NBA, everybody had their own game. Everybody had their own original game. Everybody didn't play like each other. And the same thing back in the early 2000s, in the late 90s, in the 80s, nobody sounded the same. Everybody was original. The industry, yes, it was always been here. It's always been picking winners and losers, whatever, but it was originality. Same thing with the NBA. Everybody had their own unique style. Now that money is and everything, these young rappers and these young athletes, they don't perform the same. They just don't roll out the same. Right now, I'm seeing Cardi B roll out her album. She on 125th. You get what I'm saying? The 125th, I remember. If you from New York, you remember 125th. You remember 161 and taking the pictures at the movie theaters on 161st. You remember. I don't know what it was like in Brooklyn, in Queens. I think y'all had Jamaica Center and all y'all different spots. I wasn't over there. My dad kept me away from Brooklyn to Queens. That's where I went. Oh, my aunt and them. She lived in the suburbs of Queens and stuff like that. I wasn't really in Queens and Brooklyn like that. Back in the day, you wasn't in Queens and Brooklyn. But I remember 125th Street and them selling stuff out on the streets, and you know, don't shop with the man, shop with the brother man. You get what I'm saying? I grew up around all of that black entrepreneurship. So to see Cardi B jumping in that bag and getting more creative with her rollout, it just shows me that a lot of these young people, a lot of these newer people coming into hip hop don't get it. They're not performing the same. They're not rolling out the same. And it's all about the money. It's all about the lick. So I just want to give credit to the OGs because they still got the formula.
Ran through my bones the way you miss mama. I guess I should have known.
They still got the recipes, man. And my mother and my father, you know, they showed me the recipes and the formulas. That's why my content is different. I'm not doing what they do out there. Nah, I'm making sure I edit. I'm making sure I put clips in there. I don't just, you know, sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I get real just comfortable. I get real like, I don't know what clips to put in there, so I haven't put in much clips. But if y'all go watch some of my biggest videos, man, I really edit this thing perfectly. I zoom in. I do all these different things that was not in the hip hop spaces. Keep it real with y'all. If you go look around, they wasn't in the hip hop spaces. I brought a lot of this new energy to them because I know how to be original. I know how to dig deep into what I'm doing and try not to be what everybody else is. So, you know, a lot of these newer rappers, they don't have it. And so, you know, you see videos. I'm not going to try to kick another. I'm not kicking FD back in, but you see him having this conversation about, you know, the old head rappers. I think that is perfect. I think that a problem with hip hop back in the days was it tried to age people out. And so we need the OGs here to show the young people how to still get attention, how to still push an album, how to care. And when you think about the clips, look, listen to all the albums that I just mentioned. KRS put out a project this past year. Andre, you tripping. I just want to say that was the name. That was going to be the name of this thing, but I don't want to keep kicking Andre back. Andre 3000 tripping. To see Killer Mike have success recently, to see Nas have success recently. Nas just got his first Grammy within the last 5 years. To see The Emperor's New Clothes, to see Let God Sort Them Out Documents, I Need My Rent. Yo, go listen to Documents by Slick Rick. Fire. The Auditorium Volume 1 with P Rock and Common. Fire. One of my favorite, for me, is Common B. I know somebody be like Water for Chocolate, you know, like Water for Common B in the Auditorium. I love that. And you know, another thing we got to do too is we got to start giving these older guys credit for what they're doing now. Everybody love to compare it back to their old stuff, but to still be this consistent. Ghostface Killer was just talking about he prayed that he keeps his pen. He prayed to God that he don't lose his pen.
Cause I always pray like, yo, please God, don't let me wake up. You know what I mean? Cause I don't want to become old school. I'm an old school nigga.
But you not.
I don't want to be old school.
Because a lot of people out there lost their pen. I'm like, no disrespect to Ice Cube, but I'm not trying to hear that. It's my ego. There's bad ways to do it. One of my favorite songs early this year was The Fun Part by Young MC. This here's the fun part. Fun. The place where the fun starts, right? So we got to start giving credit to LL Cool J for providing us the force this past year. We got to start giving these credit for these guys, man, because you got the Andre 3000s of the world that's like, right? And of course, like I said, there are ways that you can age negatively, right? Right now, everybody's buzzing about a new Jay-Z project. Everybody buzzing, new Jay-Z project. Every time I hear Jadakiss rap, he never lost a step. He get better to me. I'm excited for what the future hip hop holds. And these OGs are showing these young people. They're showing them this is how it's done. This is how you do it. And we need those OGs to be successful. It can't be too top heavy. It can't be too young heavy. It needs to be a balance. And so I feel as though there are a lot of young people out there that are doing dope stuff. I'm excited to see what Westside Boogie come out with. I'm excited to see where Ray Vaughn's future goes. I'm excited to see where Doechii goes. I'm excited to see how Glorilla evolves. I'm excited to see where Meg Thee Stallion goes and how she evolves. I'm excited for a lot of these new people coming up. Stove God Cooks is exciting, new, fresh. He give a fuck. He not just being coke rap, like he's giving you good music. I think a lot of those drug dealer rappers got a problem with that. A lot of Griselda got a problem with not giving you good music. I think Stove God Cooks is going to be amazing and give you good music, something different. So I'm excited about the future hip hop. There are some young folk out there, but yeah, a lot of these young kids, they not trying to rap at 16, 17, 18, 19 no more. They being streamers, they being content creators, because that's where the money is at. So we need these old heads to show them that there is longevity in hip hop. And I think that is what scared a lot of people away for the last few years. There was no longevity in it. A lot of the old rappers got treated very poorly and very bad when it comes to their contracts and how they're just treated, how we treat our legends, right? So I feel as though hip hop grows when we look at the OGs and we treat them as OGs, and we are happy that they're still here and we appreciate them. We honor them. We don't just bash them, you know? I don't think what FD was saying in that video was bad. I get what he was saying. We do need some young folks to get involved in this, but we need to show them that there's a future in it, that you don't just have to be here for 1 or 2 years, that you can have a long career. But it only happens when you are putting the art first, when you are trying your hardest, when you understand the 4 elements, when you understand the power of hip hop and you treat it with care. A lot of the best albums that I constantly listen to are from older rappers, but there are some younger ones that are popping up and giving that fire. And listen, I'm 30 plus. It ain't that, when you, man, 34, that ain't that old, man. We got a very capitalistic mindset when it comes to age, because that's what they try to do to you in like basketball. You old. That's what they try to do to you in the job. 30 is still a young, very, very young, especially for a genre such as hip hop. That's very, very young. Justin had mentioned it in the last Culture United. We only got the hip hop charts in 1989. You get what I'm saying? So like, this is still a very new thing. And I think Glasses was saying the 80s set up the 90s, right? So maybe we're in our 80s to where the 90s is coming. And if you ask me, man, the 90s is here, bro. I'm getting quality music. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I mean, there's so many classic albums just within this 5 years. If we really step back and look at it, there's been a lot of, like, listen, Linda. I love hip hop right now. And the OGs showing the young people how it's done. I hope they learn. I hope they pick up the gems and the jewels that they are dropping, because fire, man. Show some love to your old heads, man. I highly suggest every album that I just mentioned. Supreme Clientele 2, The Force, The Auditorium, Documents, Let God Sort Them Out, The Emperor's New Clothes, all of Nas's music, Killer Mike Michael, Andre 3000, man. We need an Andre 3000 project, man. We definitely need an Andre 3000 project. So let me know how you feel about this. The old heads still got the recipes. The conversation continues with you in the comment section. So comment, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I give you this dope video here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to be here with me. Donate to this Cash App link. Anything is appreciated. I appreciate y'all. Super chats, all of that good stuff. Join to be a member. Link is in the description. Man, the old head still got it. Let me know how you feeling. Reed My Soul out. Peace.